up, man? Hello. Tried playing some more FF7 Rebirth and it just looks awful. I don't really care. You guys didn't pay for it, so as far as I'm concerned, I can flush it as much as I want. Why I don't want you guys to fund every single game I play. It's a very conscious decision. Had you guys fund that game, I would have been stuck and you guys would have had to watch me get all tilted over it, but because I didn't do that, hey, just flush it. Plenty of other games to play. Could tell I'm not too bothered by it. The community will probably fix it. Definitely seems better than the first one, but I'm gonna continue being a Tales junkie. I like Tales better anyway. And I haven't finished Graces yet. All the characters I don't like playing are the only ones I have left to max. I'll just use Bridget. Well, that's the thing. I didn't buy it on Steam, so I can't. Hey, that's my fault. You don't hear me complaining about that. That's a decision I made. To save a few bucks because I'm broke. The game like barely works, so I'll fight with it some more later. I personally just don't care because, like I said, you guys didn't fund it. It was my own money. That definitely makes things a lot easier. Instead of, you know, please donate so I can play this new game, and it doesn't work. I don't like being in that situation, so I had a feeling I either wasn't gonna like it, or it was gonna run like garbage. And, I don't hate the game itself, but I just don't feel like doing tech support today. That's fair. Especially, like I said, since I funded it myself.
一歩たりとも来い。大丈夫。かすり傷。一歩たりとも越えたくない。これは最終警告。
modders already got rid of the motion blur. They already got rid of the motion blur because the game doesn't let you turn that off for some reason, which is like something you can turn off in like a game like Entropy Effect, which is made with a fraction of the resources. I don't know what it is, man. How hard is it to give like decent graphics options? Games from 25 years ago had better graphics options than that. I think that's a entitled gamer thing. Yeah, I got a review key for it. I got a review key for it a few hours ago. Yeah, I will. I will definitely do that. Just not right now. I'm having some problems getting that to run at 120 FPS locked too, so... I just don't feel like doing any tech support tonight. It's my day off. I don't have to take care of my neighbors. And I just wanna I just wanna play some shit that works. Take it easy. No getting tilted over computer problems today. Not feeling it. I'm gonna spend my day off having fun. Yeah, I'm just not feeling like being tilted with the computer or crap ports today, like, at all. I just want to play stuff that works. That's why I did the poll in my Discord. You guys voted for Diablo and Tales of Graces tonight, and those games work fine. Not wanting to be chrono-triggered by computer stuff today. I need to enjoy my days off more often, because I'm always taking care of others. That was a decision I made today. I'm getting chrono-triggered over computer stuff that can be avoided. What's up, dude? Hello. Become the best version to mod? Yeah, definitely. That's why everybody complaining about it not being perfect is kind of stupid, in my opinion. Like, yeah, it should be in a better state than it is, but, you know, it will get modded, especially because I was watching Fiend Busa play it, like, just now, and he actually likes it. So, I'm sure as soon as the UES key gets released, people find the UES key, there will be a lot of mods that will fix almost all the problems, I'm sure. I'm positive. But, I do agree it should need that. It should be more of what they said it is, which is, you know, full-on remaster, remake, or whatever, but... Will I review it? Yeah, I'll probably put up a video tomorrow, or tonight after I'm done streaming. starting stream really early, so
暗闇を
probably
払いに参ります
stop around midnight or so.
秩序再
See
建
how I feel.
無知の幕を下ろせ暗闇をいい子よ決意の刃で暗闇を切り裂く大丈夫かすり傷一歩たりともその程度ここは私が食い止めるここは私が食い止める
I'm also like not that great at Ninja Gaiden, so I don't think you really want to watch me play that game. I mean, I know how to play it. I'm like average,
命令により
like D
暗
tier
闇を払いに参りま
Ninja
す
Gaiden. Definitely haven't played it as much as other character action games.
秩序再建無知の幕を下ろせ
I might do some of it tonight if time permits.
秩序再建
If I feel like risking getting tilted, which I may very well not tonight.
ここは私が食い止める大丈夫かすり傷一歩たりともこれは最終警告一歩たりとも超えさせない大丈夫かいい子よ私の目の前が泡のように消えろ出ていけ沈め海の底に秩序再建無知の幕を下ろせ決意の刃で暗闇を切り裂く前方注意会議して
Of course, Alvy's here for the waifus. I can't play as my favorite male characters because they're, I can't play as my favorite male characters because I don't get points for them anymore. No more Noctis. No more Uncle. Gotta play as the waifus, unfortunately. Yeah, I want to do one run of this a day, and since I'm not working tonight, now is a good time. Don't work tonight. Had 2 days off.
命令により暗闇を払いに参ります
I definitely needed it. I needed to kind of just take care of myself for a
無
bit.
知の幕を下ろせ
Do my own thing. I'm always caring for others whether I want to or not.
秩序再建秩序再建無知の幕を下ろせ静かにしろ私の目の前泡のように消えろ出ていけ沈め海の底にここは私が食い止める前方注意会議して前方注意会議してその程度一歩たりね秩序再建無知の幕を下ろせ暗闇を命令
I mean, personally, I understand the complaints, but
暗闇を切り裂
people
く
seem to always conveniently forget that they, like, lost the source code to the original game.
再建
Which is why we already knew this, back when the Master Collection came out.
あんまり期待
That's
しないで
specifically why they chose Sigma, and they don't have an option for the original one. We've already known this for a while. And like that was the only way that they could do anything with it at all. But granted, it should be a little bit better than it is, but I don't know. People always conveniently forget that.
命令により
It's not like Kingdom Hearts where they got the source code off the old disc. It'd be nice if they did that with this, but I guess it just wasn't an option for whatever reason. Who knows?
前方注意会議して一歩たりとも超えさせない一光明が響くいい子よ秩序再建無知の幕を下ろせ暗闇を決意の刃で暗闇を切り裂く
Ninja Gaiden 4 looks good.
秩序再建
I know people that have played the other ones for a long time probably aren't satisfied, but it seems like it fixes a lot of the problems I had with the old games. Of course, the animation lock and feeling stiffs and unfair enemies. I think like all that's gonna be fixed. So I'm interested. Honestly shocked Platinum's still around. I mean, everybody seems to be leaving the company.
一歩たりとも超えさせない大丈夫かすり傷
Pretty sure this just means that they're not going to be successful with.
一歩たりとも超えさせない
Not going to be successful with self-publishing.
判決
Pretty obvious.
命令確認直ちに執行する私の目の前から静かにしろ泡のように消えろ出ていけ沈め海の底に大丈夫かすり傷これは最終警告決意の刃で暗闇を切り裂く暗闇をいい子よ崩壊した大地秩序再建決意の刃で暗闇を切り裂くここは私が食い止める前方注意回避していい子よ泡のように消えろ出ていけ沈め海の底に秩序再建無知の幕を下ろせ暗闇を命令確認直ちに執行する決意の刃で暗闇を切り裂く大 丈夫。かすり傷。その程度。早く呼びたいのに救援要請。判決。秩序再建。無知の幕を下ろせ。
How are you still alive?
ますか。
How are you still alive? Yeah, I don't want to do that. Let's switch games. I really don't want to be tilted today. Still got some levels. I just don't like playing as them. Boring playstyles. Yeah, let's go ahead and do something else. I'm really not wanting to be tilted on my day offs. That's what I signed up for. That's my fault. They're not fully optimized, especially Lamia is not fully optimized. So, we're gonna switch games. I was very serious when I said I don't want to be tilted or Chrono Triggered today. It's not like I'm gonna unlock everything in that anytime soon. I'm actually not sure if it's even possible. I think you need to, like, even if you max out every Generation 2 S rank, it's not enough. No, I think they intend for it to take like a long time. So let's just not do that today. I don't want to be tilted over games or tech support today, like, at all. I kind of just want to relax because my stress levels have been really high. And unlike most of the things that stress me out, I actually have control over this, right? I have control over this. I don't need to be sitting here getting upset if it can be avoided. I mean, with my disability, sometimes it's unavoidable, but I'm gonna try my hardest tonight. Just chill. No tilt. That's why I'm not doing the FF7 Rebirth. It was just running really bad and looked really blurry. I'm like, I just can't be bothered to do this right now. I shouldn't have to with my computer, that's the thing. But like I said at the beginning of the stream, you guys did not fund it, so I'm not obligated to do anything with it, really. That's why I didn't want to take donations for that. You know, if it was like a new Tales game or something, I'd be like, sure. You know, I've played almost every Tales game to completion, even the ones I don't really like. Like, I'd be cool with doing a crowdfunding for that, but for like a Final Fantasy game, I'm not really a big fan. I'm like, no, this needs to be bought with my own money. Otherwise, it needs to be bought with my own money. Otherwise, I feel obligated to play it, and I really don't want to do that because I used to do that in the past. Is try to see games through to the end. I honestly, for my mental health, it's better to just flush stuff I'm not enjoying or it runs poorly. Speaking of which, this is not working. Crashed on the login screen. Great. Come on. Fix yourself, please. Why is Alt F4 not working? See, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Unavoidable. Come on! Ah. Small indie company. Why is it, like, refusing to close? Great game. It's working fine before, now it doesn't want to work. I have to go into my task manager to close it because it's not wanting to close itself. Yes, end task. Goodness gracious, man. I'm trying to not be tilted, and the game just decides to stop working. Can you work this time, please? I played like 10 hours yesterday and just didn't stream it because I didn't want to be in front of people. And I tried to broadcast it and be social, and it just freaks out. I'm like, no, you can't do that. Okay, we're just gonna freeze on this logo every time now. Great. Alright, what is going on with this, man? Yeah, why is it, like, refusing to load? Alright, can you, like, do something, please? No, it was fine yesterday. I had zero issues yesterday. Which is why I chose it for the stream, because I'm trying to not be tilted. But the game is fighting back. Like, why does it take so long to get in? It's fine yesterday. It's not even the weekend. really, really that much of a drastic player count for this? I can't get in. It just sits there. You gonna work? Yes or no? Ah. What the fuck is wrong with this? Come on! Piece of shit! What the hell was that, man? Seriously. Small indie company. Can't make a game work. What the fuck? Just want to play a game today, man. I'm doing so much tech support. Like, I thought that this would just work, but apparently not. Good lord. That was like the last attempt I was gonna give it to. It's gonna just Alt F4. I have no patience for this right now, like at all. Over it.
Leave nothing standing.
It's nice when something you pay for doesn't fucking work. Alright, so we're gonna play this for a bit, and then I'll probably do some Graces. Because Graces is going to treat me right. These other video games today have treated me like dirt. I need some consistency. I need some consistency. I want a game to just work. I really don't have patience for the tech support today. I've already done a lot of tech support today, by the way. It's just not broadcasted. I've already done a lot of it today, so no patience. Let's turn off the music. I don't know why it turned itself back on. Turn that off. Let's get some music going, try to zone out for a little bit. That game looks like trash, man. No, we could be heroes. That game looks bad. I don't like the gameplay. I like the art style, I just don't like the gameplay. It's rough. Not interested. What's up, Gro? Yeah, I'm getting better at stopping. I'm getting better at stopping when I get tilted. Just kind of have to give things a couple tries, and if it doesn't work, I have to switch what I'm doing. It's hard with my neurodiversity, but I'm getting better at it. That's all I can really ask. And admittedly, problems I've had with these games would piss off a saint. But it's just a matter of stopping when I feel like I'm getting frustrated. Like, if it didn't work this time, I was just gonna turn it off and just play something else. This did win the poll in my Discord, so I felt like I needed to give it a couple tries, but I wasn't gonna sit here and get more and more upset over shit I can't control, like the game deciding to not load for some reason. It was fine yesterday. I didn't stream this yesterday, but I did play it.
I'll keep my forge hot. Return soon.
There is power everywhere.
I'm thankful people understand, you know, when I get frustrated. I'm mostly mad at myself, but
Stars guide you.
I just don't like to stick on stuff that frustrates me for long anymore. I felt a lot better doing that. I mean, I think the game not loading would warranted reason to be pissed off, to be honest. But I try to control it the best I can. This game had one more attempt tonight, and then I was just gonna play something else. Because this game is pretty relaxing when it works, but it wasn't wanting to work tonight.
What color and brilliance.
It's mostly just, other stuff in my life, like the caregiving and stuff. I've been, like, really, mentally exhausted. And it's been affecting my mood and how irritated I get and stuff. So I was kind of wanting to, like, not be tilted today. And the games decide to not work. I'm like, oh, well, what am I supposed to do now? That's why I've got a nice variety of games I'm playing right now so that I don't get tilted. I only have so much patience. I'm sure you guys have noticed when I do the kitty sitting streams is I'm really only supposed to be there for the cats, but I'm there for the brother of their family as well. Like, he really needs me. You know, he's the only one that lives there right now, and he's not able to really interact with the cats like I do. And he needs the support. You know, he doesn't have any other men in his life right now because his dad died a couple months ago. So, but it's hard on me, especially with his drinking and stuff. It's definitely difficult on me. It's kind of was like I didn't want to be frustrated today because I have a day off. I don't have to take care of anybody today. Just do my own thing, chill out, no tilt. But when you're a PC gamer, can't just say you're not going to get tilted. Try to play something relaxing like this, and it decides to break and not function. I think that it's warranted, but that's why I like to have a couple games to rotate in and out. You know, if a patch breaks something, there's something else for you guys to watch, you know? I'm glad people are very understanding. I definitely struggle with it a lot when I get frustrated, but it's very common with people who take care of others, especially on a very regular basis like I do, 5-6 days a week. You get irritated easily. And then, like, I also have, you know, clinical anxiety and stuff, which makes it worse. I'm doing better at redirecting, I've noticed. Just have to switch the task, come back to it later. Sometimes that's all you can do. Luckily, this decided to work. I definitely will still do Tails tonight, too. That won the poll. No, that wasn't Assault Suits Vulcan, that was Contra 3. Contra 3 music. I made that community post and people were like surprisingly very understanding. I kind of had to explain why I get frustrated. It's a number of factors. Caregiver fatigue and my mental illnesses. I get frustrated easily. Got the Gokai Change theme. That's right, Super Sentai 50th anniversary is this year. What's something that's been on longer than The Simpsons? Super Sentai's been going since 1975. Been on a really long time. 50 years of Super Sentai. This year's the anniversary, and it's going to be another anniversary season. Supposedly, Legendary Ranger's going to be coming back. How do you beat Kokaiger, though? That was the best season. That was the best season by far. I don't think you can beat Kokaiger. I'm sure they're gonna try. I don't know if they can do it. That's a pretty lofty goal. Can they beat Gokaiger? I'd be shocked if they did. That show got me through some really rough times. It's like really happy that it existed when it did. Yeah, the gems would fix a lot of what makes the Dynasty Warriors Origins endgame so uninteresting, for sure. I don't disagree with you. It's just not fun grinding just for stats. It needs to be something a little bit more. Maybe they'll look into adding that eventually. Who knows? Gokaiger was a good anniversary season, but it was also a really good starting point. Mostly just because, like, the main characters didn't feel like they were sidelined by the anniversary stuff, which happens with a lot of anniversary things, not just Toku, but like in general. You know, they do like anniversary stuff, and it's like the old character comes back, and the new character barely does anything. There's countless movies and comic books and anime and stuff that do that. They had their own backstory. A lot of that was mostly because they weren't actually planning to have that many old Rangers come back. But you know, that year, that was 2011. That was the year that the Hoku earthquake and tsunami hit. So they sent out, I guess, contacted everybody that they could, and a lot of them wanted to come back because they felt that the kids needed something positive to watch. Originally, only the ones that were going to have new toys were supposed to come back. So that was only, I think it was Gal Ranger, Hurricaneger, and I don't remember what the other one was. They were the only ones slated to come back, but they ended up getting somebody from every season. It also kind of allowed the writing to not be just a nostalgia bait. Pretty sure a lot of the people that they got back, it was pretty obvious that they were only there for like, they were only on the set for like one day. They got Gal Red, the Wild Force Red equivalent. They got him to come back, but he's like, I think, a pretty popular actor. So it was a big deal to get him back. But like, if you watch that episode with the eyes of an adult and not a kid, Like, he was only there for like 1 day. And it was a very good season. You wonder why people still like Super Sentai. It's definitely worth watching. The Power Rangers version is an embarrassment for a number of reasons. Mostly because they stuck the whole thing into 20 episodes. And then, like, barely anybody came back. They really half-assed adapting it because they didn't want to bring people from over to New Zealand. The only bad thing about Gokaiger was the fact that the villains were pretty inept. They were pretty inept. The first half of the season, it felt like it wasn't really much of a struggle, but it evened out later on. But yeah, the tribute episodes are really cool, but it wasn't like the main focus, especially because they had to write around people becoming available because they wanted to do something nice for the kids, which I mean is pretty heartwarming in itself. Some of those people were not easy to get back for a number of reasons. Some were just retired. They got a lot of retired people that don't do show business anymore to come back, and then others are like popular, so yeah, don't watch the Power Rangers version, it's dreadful. This comes from somebody that likes both Power Rangers and Super Sentai. Don't watch the Super Mega Force, it's a bastardization of the original. I think the actors at one point were told to act stupid, act bad because they thought that kids couldn't handle it or something. me see here. Is the stream still up? Yes, no. Seems like I had a disconnection. Alright, well, we're not playing any online games tonight. Internet crapped out. Can't blame that one on Blizzard. Alright, we're gonna play Weeb Trash tonight, okay? We're gonna play Weeb Trash that doesn't require an internet connection. Because I have no patience for tech support tonight. I've already done a couple hours of it today as is, so we're just gonna play some Tales. Sorry to people who won't enjoy the jams, but that's just how things are gonna work tonight. It took so long to get into that freaking game, and then my internet cut. But yeah, I'm serious about not wanting to be tilted today. Just want to relax. Game's probably really boring to watch anyway. We'll play this instead. Quick pivot and redirect. I don't know why it cut out like that. Let me make sure it's on max settings. Hey, it's the next boss. Spoilers. It's the next boss. Who's excited to see the next boss? Green hair anime.
き残る。全力を出した方がいい。まさか今のがですか？
みんな気を引き締めていこう。
これでも食らえ。ランと三兄弟剣山。
Miss anything? No.
全く子供ですね。なんだ。
みんな気を引き締めていこう。
終わらせてやる。きらめく刃は勝利の証。
Submits Ken.
それではこちらも。
全力を出した方がいい。まさか今のがですか？
Oh, there we go. There's evil difficulty. Nice. I think you got to do like 250 battles on hard to get evil. But I'm not going to do that right now. Wait till I get somewhere else.
ず生き残る。
この名を
Hidden potential. So taken.
スタンプ集めってやめられないのよね。みんな気を引き締めていこ
始めるぞ炎と踊れこの剣に見切れるかブレイスワン
う。名を持ちていますよ。
の次だイデオガスを連打合わせてもらおうか
いいジャンプ。
大丈夫かシェリア立てるか
この優しさがアスベルのまで。
必ず生き残る。これでも食らえる。隙を見つめ。
注意だイデオガスを
まだまだティルトビート放流勝負。さあ投げ払う。
足元注意だイデオガスをそう希望の救援
これでも食らえ。
行かせてもらおう
かわせるか。全力を出した方がいい。まさか今のがですか。皆さんの本気に期待しますよ。
That's an interesting question. It's interesting that you asked that because I tend to be a little bit different from most people that mostly play Japanese games. I really like Tales English dubs. They're very high quality. I usually play games in English dubs these days. It depends. English dubs are way better than they were when I was growing up. It used to be the English dub was like a major downgrade, but it's not anymore. I think the main thing with English dubbing, main thing is still a problem is having the same like 30 people voice everybody. You know, like Steve Bloom and Matthew Mercer and Troy Baker have like 500 different characters they play. Like, that's still a problem, but even that's starting to change. I mean, I think a lot of the people that did the Persona 3 Reload English dub are like new blood, right? Most of them are. There are people that are like mid to late 20s. No, they're actually like new voice actors. That problem's definitely getting better. Yeah, people who say English dubs are trash are weeaboos with a very closed mind. That's mostly what it is. The days of the English dubs being garbage are long gone, for the most part. I usually play Tales games in like one language first, and then I play it in the other language next time. Problem with this game's dub is it's Bryce Papenbrook as Asbel. This game's dub kind of has the same problem as what I was just mentioning. It's the same 20 people doing it, so it can get a little tiresome at times. You just want somebody else to be voicing them, but it's not bad at all, really. The dub for this game is pretty good. The only Tales game I didn't play in English dub was, what's it called? The Vesperia remaster. The Vesperia remaster completely ruined the English dub because they didn't get Troy Baker back. Their solution to not getting him back... Well, actually, I should reiterate this. They didn't even fucking ask him if he wanted to come back. He's been quoted as saying he would have come back if they had told him. But they didn't. So what they did was they got... What's that guy's name? Grant George? He doesn't do a bad job as Yuri. He's not a bad voice actor. The problem is that they did not hire him to redub all the old lines. So there are times, I'm not exaggerating, where you have two people voice acting the same character. And that really sucks because I love the Vesperia English dub to death. It's one of the best JRPG dubs from that era for sure. You know, the Final Fantasy games have incredible dubs now too in English. But back then, that was like one of the best English dubs. And when they remastered it, they ruined it. They could have... There were two ways they could have solved that problem. First was to actually just call Troy Baker. But I guess because he does more mainstream stuff than weeb games like this now, I guess they thought that he would be too expensive. He said that he would do it. They didn't even approach him. So the way they could have not ruined that remaster's dub would be to either have called him and had him do it, which he said he would have done, or to have the new guy voice everything. But their solution was all the battle lines for the new moves and stuff, and all the lines from the new cutscenes that were not in the original game. The other guy is doing it, but Troy Baker is still doing the old voices, like the old cutscenes. It's just terrible. I always tell people, you know, you should definitely give English dubs a chance these days. They're really good. But that's a case where you have to play that game in Japanese. They completely ruined that dub. I'm sure there's been other instances of that happening, but not to that extent where it's like the main character of the game that's always in the party and talks the most is voiced by two different people in the same cutscene, which is just a disaster. I'm a big fan of Tales English dubs. They were consistently higher quality than a lot of other stuff at the time. Everyone else has kind of gotten up to the standards that they had for the dubs. You know, Final Fantasy and stuff has definitely gotten up to that standard now. But Vesperia is just a disaster. Like, I did Tales of Arise in English and Japanese. The dub was very good. As much as people mostly just... It's thinly veiled being weebs. They don't want to admit that they just don't like anything from America. There are some valid complaints about English dubs. It doesn't just extend to games too. It's you know, anime and stuff and movies. They do still have the problem of the same like 36 people voicing everybody, and it definitely can break immersion a little bit when it's like, okay, that's, you know, Troy Baker for the 50th time. Like, I understand that. That's a valid complaint, but That's something that's starting to go away in time. The past couple big Japanese RPGs and stuff that have had English dubs at all have been mostly New Blood, for people that are not in like 500 different projects. So, a lot harder to pick them out. Either that, or it is those same 30 people, but they're voice actors with really good range, so it's not immediately obvious. You know, you can hear Troy Baker and Matthew Mercer, Steve Bloom, you can hear Johnny Young Bosch instantly. It doesn't matter what character they're playing, you hear them instantly, and it takes you out of it, right? Like, that's a valid complaint. But English dubs are in a very good spot right now, to the point where when they were marketing Final Fantasy XVI, the Japanese staff themselves were telling everybody to play it in English. That dub was incredible. It was a great dub. I never played that game in Japanese. I didn't want to. It's an excellent dub. It helps that the main character was voiced by somebody that's not in 500 different things. That definitely helped. He had an incredible voice, and it wasn't immediately noticeable. But yeah, out of the whole weeb argument thing, where people just dismiss English dubs, that's probably the most credibility they have. Like, I get it. You know, you hear Johnny Young Bosch in the 527th role. I get it. It can take you out of the dub, for sure. But there's definitely been more younger people doing voice acting for big projects now. It's less of a problem than it was when I was a kid. A good example of this is when I played Tales of Symphonia when I was in high school, and I immediately noticed that Lloyd was voiced by Robin from Teen Titans. I immediately noticed it, and it did take me out of the game a little bit. I'm like, that's just Robin from Teen Titans. I don't hear Lloyd Irving, I hear Robin. It was the exact same voice that he did too. It's like not even slightly changed. Like, I understand why people can be a little bit apprehensive towards that, but I remember booting up that game. I'm like, wait, that's Robin from Teen Titans. Like, I just watched an episode of that, like, the day before I bought that game. Exact same voice. Like, no change done to it at all. They're both, like, airing at the same time, so... This game I'm mostly just playing in Japanese because it's... I played the Wii version of this when it came out, and it obviously didn't have an English dub. But yeah, for Tales games in particular, I always play them in English at least once. But this dub is kind of a little bit problematic because Bryce Papenbrook is the main character as well here I'm playing as. It's his voice. And he's kind of become, I think he's like my age. He's like in his late 30s. He's been the New Blood, young protagonist go-to voice actor for like everything. Especially Ys. He's been the voice of Adol for several years now. And the voices are like identical. That's kind of why I didn't really want to play this one in English. At least not right now. Maybe second playthrough I'll do it. Yeah, it literally is just the Adol voice, just with more voice lines. It's completely noticeable. He's been getting a lot of work as the guy you get that can sound young, even though he's like my age. He can still sound like a Bishonen anime protagonist pretty well. He's very convincing. Cut content and censorship doesn't particularly bother me, mostly because it's just Coomers complaining that they, you know, gave a character more clothes or something. That doesn't bother me. Cut content does, yes. But that's such a rarity these days. They don't really do that anymore. I'm not into the whole fan service thing, so that personally doesn't bother me. I don't really care. As long as the game content is preserved, that's all I really care about. But, other than that, I don't mind. I don't really care. Taking liberties with translations, though, I definitely can understand that. That is something that happens far too often these days. Like, they don't actually translate what they say. Or they westernize it too much. Like, I get that complaint. How's Rebirth performance? It was pretty rough for me. Dropped frames constantly, stuttered, looked very blurry. That's why I'm not playing that game right now. I'm trying to avoid being tilted by tech support stuff right now. Even if it runs well for you, it looks really blurry. You can't turn the motion blur off. You have to use a mod to do it. But, like I said at the beginning of the stream when you weren't here, I funded that game myself. So, I don't have any obligation to stream it. Because I didn't ask you guys for donations for it. I'm very, apprehensive towards asking for donations for stuff that I don't know if I'll like it, or I don't know if it will run well. I don't want to do that. Like, for instance, I knew that this was going to run fine, right? I could have easily asked you guys to do, like, a crowdfunding thing to raise the $40 for this, but I knew it was going to run fine. I paid for it myself. I would have been okay with it for this. But FF7 Rebirth had two things going against it. Is the port bad, and will I actually like the game? And I thought that that was too many criteria to have you guys fund the game, and then I don't want to just be a snot-nose and say, oh, I just don't like the game, you know? I paid for it myself. I have no obligations to anybody. I'll try to fix it later, I just don't feel like doing it today. I kind of just want to just play games. Not have any mauling over tech support. I'm not feeling it today. How do I, like, charge the battery? I don't remember. Let's go ahead and turn off encounters. I'm not quite remembering this. Oh, right here. Ironically, FF16 ran better for me than the remake, the Rebirth port. I played through the entirety of FF16 at like 120 FPS locked. The Rebirth port stutters constantly, despite doing shader compilation. It's very blurry and washed out as well. Doesn't look anywhere near as clean as 16's port did. I guess maybe they need to patch it or something. But yeah, like I said, I pay for that myself, so I either like it or I don't. I have no obligation to make content of any sort. Zero obligation. Whereas if I had asked you guys for help getting it, I would have had to grin and bear it, otherwise I would have felt really bad. It's only $40, it's not like it's insanely expensive, but I still would have felt bad. Yeah, I have a review key for that as well, but I couldn't get that running very well. I'll have to fight with that some more later. Maybe at the end of the stream, if I feel like I have the patience. might try to get that working, but I'm leaning towards no. What games are they cutting content from? I'm not aware of what you're talking about. Oh, well, I don't watch anime and manga. I'm not an anime watcher. I can't give you an opinion there. Video games, I can give you an opinion. Anime and manga, I am not a TV watcher, like, at all. I watch tokusatsu, and that's, like, basically it. And even that, I've barely been watching. No, I can't comment on that. Well, you have to go elsewhere if you want an educated opinion on that, man. I don't really watch stuff. Yeah. I misunderstood you, I'm sorry. Well, I know about how much they neutered One Piece when it aired on 4Kids. I think they turned like Sanji's lollipop into Sanji's cigarette into a lollipop. They turned it into a lollipop. I remember the old Dragon Ball Funimation one. They turned like the onigiri into hamburgers. That's stupid. Like, you know, kids in America come from, like, different cultures, right? They're not just all generic Americans. You know, kids can understand different kinds of food. And no, they turned it into a burger. Way to teach kids how to accept other cultures. Rice ball is not going to kill anybody, right? No, let's turn it into a burger. Stupid Americans, that's the only thing they can understand. I support AI to translate stuff? No. Because it takes work away from actual people. That's kind of a dumb question. What was it, that one gacha game company? They got caught using AI for their, like, banner, and you could tell because the character had, like, 6 fingers. And then they, like, quietly changed it. like, just hire an artist, man. Just hire an artist. How hard is it? Like, no. We're gonna get Arttron 5000 to do it. Never mind that the anime girl has 6 fingers and her hand is horribly disfigured. No one will notice. Arttron 5000 is perfect. I don't remember what game it was, but I thought that was hilarious. The anime girl had like 6 fingers. They like quietly changed it. Just hire an artist, bro. How hard is it, man? There's plenty of them. They're starving. No, your generic anime girl is a mutant with multiple fingers. Her hand is horribly disfigured. I'm not going to answer those questions because you're trying to, you're taking the stream in a negative way. I don't want to answer that question. I'm going to ask you to change the subject. Or I'm just not going to answer your questions anymore. I don't want to talk about that stuff. I actively avoid it. Yeah, I'm not answering that question. I'm going to have to change the subject. You're trying to relax. It's my day offs. I'm not caregiving today. Yes, please change the subject or I'm going to have to take action. Thank you. That's why I don't look at Twitter that much and Steam forums. Because that's all it is, man. I need to get away from that. I've got enough stress and anxiety in my life as it is. This is not the place for that. Plenty of other places to talk about that. Now is not the time. I already answered that question. The Tales of Vesperia remaster debacle. I felt bad for the guy that did the voice acting though, because people said his voice acting was bad. His voice acting was not bad. He was placed in a shitty situation. He has to replace a legendary voice actor, but then he's not even replacing him the whole time. He's only replacing him for like 20% of the game's content, which is worse because it's two people voicing the same character in the same game. I really was pissed off at Bamco. Other than that, no. I could say Japanese Japanese Dante is nowhere near as good as English Dante. Japanese Dante voice actor is a downgrade. A major downgrade. It's weird because he's like a major, like, popular voice actor, but he's just not as good as Ruben, man. He's not even close. He basically encompasses that character. I remember trying Japanese Dante and Marble 3. I'm like, this ain't it, man. Give me the English voices. Yeah, the problem with this game's dub is it's Bryce Papenbrook as Asbel and his kind of Johnny Young Bosch type thing, where he's a very good voice actor, but companies only hire him to do one thing, voice in one way, and that's the only work that he gets. So, just like when Johnny Young Bosch is in something, I'm like, man, he's a great voice actor, and I'm an OG fan of him because I grew up with Power Rangers, and he was my favorite Ranger on Power Rangers. But, you know, he has range, it's just companies don't let him use it. It's just the same problem with Bryce Papenbrook for sure. He's become the go-to if you need a shonen protagonist voice that can sound young despite being in his 30s. That's the guy that you call up. The problem is that he's in like 15 different games and sounds exactly the same. Especially if you play East games, you're definitely going to notice because it's the same voice actor. It's just obviously Aspel talks a lot more than Adol does, but it's instantly noticeable. That's kind of why I'm not playing this in English. Oh, you trying Revamped? Yeah, Revamped came out a couple months ago. I bought you Vesperia, didn't I? I think I bought you Vesperia a while back. I think it's interesting that I'm bringing this up because the voice actor for Asbel is the same voice actor as Cloud, but it's not noticeable. He has really good range. Asbel and Cloud share the same voice actor, but you probably wouldn't know that if I didn't tell you.
気を引き締めて行くぞ。
神聖なる死
これでも食らえ。
洗脳か。
最近レーダーやばい。
かいい調子じゃないのか。気を引き締めて行くぞ。見とれるがいい。始めるぞ炎と踊れ。この剣技見切り抜くブレイスワン。見とれるがいい。
Enjoyment of the new Dynasty Warriors. It's fun. It's a good game, but the RPG stuff got gutted, and I feel like the only hook to keep playing it past the first playthrough is the story, which isn't entirely bad, because the story presentation and the writing is actually good again for the first time in ages since 7. The problem is that you're playing as one character with 10 movesets, and the RPG stuff in the game is sorely lacking. I would expect it to be expanded, you know, when you only have to do it for one character instead of 100, but it's a step back in every way. There's like no attack speed. A lot of the stuff that you can put on the weapons is like just 5% more damage kind of stuff, which is like barely noticeable. The skill tree has this problem as well, where at the beginning you're unlocking like new mechanics and stuff, and then like as you get towards the end of the first playthrough, everything is mostly just stats. There's a couple R1s in there to unlock, but yeah, the progression systems in the game aren't very good, which is really weird because, you know, they cut everybody out of the game. You know, you think that if you only have one guy you have to do all this stuff for, that there would be more, but for some reason there's less. The first 30-40 hours of the game I really enjoyed, and then after that, I mean, it's still fun to play, it's a great game, but the progression just is very uninteresting. It's a classic video game skill tree progression where it's mostly just stuff that you'd never notice unless somebody told you. I'm not gonna notice if this does 5% more damage. It's not noticeable. I get that they don't want you to be overpowered because they redid the combat and the officers actually fight and stuff, but it's just not, it doesn't have longevity. It doesn't. I really hope that that's something they expand upon, because that's what the game is. Right, that's the main thing the game needs. Also, a lot of the slow weapons as well feel really bad on the harder difficulty. It feels like they did the balancing for the game for the first 3 difficulties, which is Wayfarer, was it Historian, Wayfarer, and Hero? So easy, normal, hard. But the post-game difficulty is where the balance issues start to show. And a lot of it comes from the lack of progression. Some of the R1s make or break a weapon, and some of them have really bad ones. It's a great game. I don't want to sound like I'm hating on it, but I just don't understand why it's so stripped down when, you know, they cut the roster. It's completely gone. I've always been a defender of them removing everything. I've always wanted them to do a massive, you know, gutting of the roster, but it shouldn't come at the cost of everything else. But that's kind of how the game is the more you play it. Well, it sold insanely well, so I'm sure they will add more to it later, but I don't mind the one character, it's just the progression systems don't really support playing as one guy with 10 movesets, so that's the problem. The weapon stuff, the accessories are boring. They're mostly just stat increases. The skill tree has some interesting stuff in it, but it's heavily inflated by just getting more stats. The weapons as well. It's nice that they have like the Orochi weapon fusion, and there's nothing overly complicated about it, but just the things you can put on the weapon are unnoticeable and inconsequential. And I would expect that to not be an issue when that wasn't a problem with 9. 9 had crazy stuff that you could do. The accessories were way more interesting. The gems as well. You could make fun builds. And all that just got gutted. So, it's a good game to buy. If you're more story-oriented. If you're gameplay-oriented, the game kind of blows its load after the first playthrough. So, around 30 hours, you've seen most of what it has to offer. And then also, there's balancing issues in the game currently because the R1s make a huge difference. There's 2 problems with the R1 system. The R1s aren't created equal, and also you can only equip 3 of them. So, 3 slots is not enough for like what you actually want to use to have fun and change your playstyle, and then utility and damage. This was the same problem that Wo Long had. Wo Long had that same problem. You could only have 2 R1s in that game. Eventually they changed it to 6, and that made that game so much better because you had a lot more freedom to actually make your own playstyle. You could have a move for utility or damage or being able to parry and stuff. Only having 3 is a weird step back because that's what Wo Long was like. Wo Long was like that too. The beginning of Wo Long was you only had 2 R1s that you could equip. They were random, and then also they had like a fiscal year of recovery. So when you were fighting everything that wasn't a trash mob, you would just get punished for hitting them because you're still stuck in recovery. They fixed all those things, but it's just really strange that Origins has some of those same issues, despite coming out after Wo Long. Wo Long got major updates, definitely. It's much better than it was, but that game was a disaster at launch. I hated Wo Long at the start, but then I ended up spending like 150 hours on that game, so they definitely did make it better. Wo Long was a disaster at launch, man. That game was a travesty. Okay, cool, we have this R1 system to make it simpler than Neo, but like, accessible. Still gives you options. Well, too bad. You're stuck in an hour of recovery. You're stuck in an hour of recovery every time you use it. The enemy just kind of no-sells and walks through it and hits you. That game was very boring at launch. It's a lot more fun now after the patches. Wo Long at launch was stand there and parry, and then push the triangle button and repeat. That was the only thing that you could do. It was objectively worse than Neo in every way. It kind of turned it into its own thing after the patches, but I don't know why it was like that in the first place. I was really excited for that game too. I really wanted like a Three Kingdoms Neo-style game, but it was just a downgrade in every way. Team Ninja always listens to their customers. They did a good job fixing that game. I could definitely recommend it now. Not so much when it came out. It was a garbage game when it came out. No, it wasn't Molong DLC. There's no way that's possible.
生き残る
Because the character designs are different. That definitely was a problem as well. Was dumbing it down to get like a new audience, but then people still couldn't beat the first boss. You could probably find me quoted as saying in my Discord, what was the point of dumbing it down if people still can't beat the first boss? Like, clearly,
爪が甘かったな
clearly dumbing it down that much had no benefit, because they nerfed that boss like 3 times. It's not a hard boss, it's actually a very well-designed boss, even on the launch version, because basically the boss was designed in a way where if you could beat that boss, you know, relatively comfortably, you could do the rest of the game no problem. You know, you still have to learn their movesets and stuff. You're still gonna die, but you know, you could do everything if you could beat that boss. It was a well-designed boss. It really was. But then it got so many bad reviews that they nerfed it into the ground. Like, what was the point of dumbing it down for Neo if people still couldn't do it? Because it's not, you know, a roll simulator like a FromSoft game. Very strange. I'm sure they were getting a lot of refunds and bad reviews, so they felt like they needed to do something, but it kind of went against the whole design philosophy of the game, was to make it like more easy to get into. Like, well, they can't beat the first boss, dumbing it down has no purpose. That's why they lightened up on all that stuff with the patches. They're like, alright, this game is just not for Souls fans. It's not for Souls fans, and that's fine. You know? I understand FromSoft games are great games, but personally, they're not for me. You know? Not everything has to be for everybody. Sometimes you're better just catering to the audience that you have already. That's why Wolong, after the patches, I can honestly recommend it. But at launch, it was a hell no.
強くなってみせる
I might hate on FromSoft a lot. They make amazing games. They're just not for me. And I'm not going to play their games and expect them to be catered to me because they're just not something I'm ever going to enjoy. Because of how they play. You know, they've got a formula and they stick to it and they make hundreds of millions, so as far as I'm concerned, they're doing something right, but they're also not trying to change their formula to get people like me interested. Yeah, I already have it. I'm just not playing it right now because I was having tech issues with it. Probably tomorrow's stream I'll play it. I need to work on optimizing it a little bit more. I don't have the patience for tech support tonight. I've also got too many games started right now. I need to finish this before starting something else. Yeah, a lot of the Souls-likes miss what makes people resonate with those games, and they're all like drastically worse. I think the Neo games were like the first ones to really stick out as like, hey, you know, there's more you can do with this formula than walk around in circles and roll and slash at them once and then wait again. You can do more with it, and like the game can still be difficult, right? The game is way more mechanically deep and interesting. The builds are more interesting as well, but the game is still hard. That's what everybody learned from Neo. It's not a cakewalk. Yeah, you have like a huge DMC level of moves and Diablo loot and builds and stuff, but it's still difficult. It's still difficult. It doesn't dumb down the experience at all, which is why those games are special. And why like nothing else really even comes close. Everybody else just keeps doing the fat roll. Play the obese, exhausted knight that fat rolls and then slashes once and then he's tired. I'm tired of that formula. It's so played out. I'm sick of it. Hidden potential.
まあ兄さんもそれなりでしたよ。
Yeah, I'm already a functional adult with clinical depression and anxiety making me exhausted. And then I'm also on medication that makes me tired. So I'm not really looking for a video game simulating me being exhausted. I already have enough of that already. I want to play a capable character that's not perpetually exhausted. I should just call them what they are. It's like working retail simulators. Like, nah, man, I do not need that. I'm already tired. I'm not gonna pay you $70 to be exhausted in a video game. Sorry. exhaustion simulator. That's what I heard that No Rest for the Wicked game is like. You're like a medieval chosen one in that game, and somebody made a review. It's like, you're supposed to be the chosen one, but like after 3 slashes, you're already tired. I'm like, I don't know what kind of chosen one that is, man. What kind of chosen one is that? I fought 1 zombie, slashed 5 times, he's tired. What kind of chosen one is that? You got regular martial artists in real life have more energy than that. He's tired after 1 slash. No, I can't do any more, man. Sorry. I've never played Vindictus. I've never played that game before. Why don't what? Go in there. I don't remember the solution to this puzzle. Anyone who remembers the solution to this, just tell me. I definitely kind of like when Tales games just don't have puzzles. The new Tales game dungeons, meaning from Zelia to Arise, I prefer snow puzzles. I do not remember the solution to this. I'll probably just look up a video because I'm not really wanting to be tilted tonight. I just want to get through the game. Puzzles are never why I play these games, just play them to fight. Must be some other way I need to go. Oh, it's probably this, huh? Yeah. This needs to be moved. Isn't Vindictus like 15 years old? It's not quite as decrepit as DFO, but it's close. But it also runs a lot worse, so... make of that as you will. Never really looked appealing to me. I know that they have a martial artist in that game. That wasn't enough to get me to install it. Anyone want to just tell me the solution to this? I am not really wanting to be frustrated today more than I already have been. I do not play these games for the puzzles, like, not in the slightest. I don't at all. It's probably something like this. There we go. That probably did it. I've got encounters off. If I, mess up again, somebody just look up a video if you want. Ah, here we go, yeah. Maybe I don't need help anymore. Puzzles in this game aren't too bad, but it's always a problem with Tales games is these puzzles. You get tired of doing them when you play the game more than once. Eventually you get pretty good at solving them quickly, but you still wish they weren't there. That's why they're not there in the new games. The new games completely removed any semblance of dungeon design. It's all been completely gutted. Whether you like that or not is up for a debate. I personally don't mind. Rise, despite its faults, was pretty painless to play second time through because it had, like, no puzzles. DFO was just fun. The game was the most fun when there was less of an emphasis on raids. The raids have always been the worst thing about DFO. Especially with how toxic the community is and all the balance issues that force you to have specific characters in the party, otherwise you can't clear it, or it takes 10 minutes longer. The game was fun when... The game was fun when the leveling experience was actually challenging. And you felt pretty satisfied just going through that. It's like, hey, you know, if you wanted to take it farther, you know, they had other verse and stuff. They had all those things in there, but it wasn't a requirement. I personally never really did the raids in DFO because I knew better from playing other stuff. It's not fun needing a crusader in the party or you can't do it, and then people won't even let you try it because you're not doing, It won't even let you try it because you don't have the right build or whatever. Get kicked out of the party. And it's all just fighting walls of hyper armor. I got really tired of that, personally. It stopped being a beat-em-up. That's when I stopped having fun playing it. It just became another... It's basically just a tap-target MMO with a beat-em-up perspective. I mean, for some people it's nice. You know, you don't even need a graphics card to play DFO. So it's definitely accessible. I'm not going to hate on it for that. But it's not what it used to be, and I kind of fell out of love with it. I kind of wanted to maybe try it again, but I'm hearing it's not doing too well right now, even in Korea. I think the player retention is really bad at the moment, and nobody wants to play it anymore. I just don't like raids in anything. I prefer just doing as much content as I can by myself, and then like maybe if I have a friend to play it with, you know, we'll do like some of the content. I just don't like it to be a requirement. I'm actually tired of that, actually. Raids are always like the worst part of those games for sure. They keep trying to make it so you don't need satyrs, but they never succeed. They never succeed. It's always the same thing. You need them in the party or you can't play the game.
懐かしい鍵昔はじゃあいいえこの基地では使われなんだいいえもしかしたらエフィネアおおそ
Alright, anyone want to look up the solution? I'm very mentally exhausted. That's why I don't like puzzles. I just want to fight stuff. Just want to fight and level up and get better gear. I do not want to do puzzles. Especially ones like this that aren't very fun because you have to go through so many load screens. You had to go through so many load screens. Oh, wait. Never mind. Wait, never mind. No, I'm just stuck in the same spot again. Somebody want to just look up the solution. Just look up the solution for me if you can. I don't have patience for this shit right now. I'm fine with puzzles if it's like one screen. Multi-screen puzzles are terrible. You lose your train of thought, there's so much loading. Should never make puzzles like this. Definitely would like games like this to just have a skip button. Skip the puzzle. I don't want to do it. It's preventing me from having fun. I don't want to do it. That's because PSO2 did not have forced rolls. It didn't have forced rolls. That was what made PSO2 work. You know, it was nice if you had a Force in the party or a Techer in the party to give you the buffs, but, you know, if you had like 10 of the same class, you could still do it, right? That was the major difference between PSO2. The raids were actually fun. They weren't just hitting walls of hyper armor, and it's mostly just play the game the same way. It wasn't gimmick-ridden. Some people didn't like that they were too easy. I'm like, well, I'd rather have it be too easy than be like all these other games where you have to do it a specific way or you waste like 30 minutes of time and everybody gets mad at you. I just don't find that fun at all. It's not enjoyable. Like, I play the games to have fun. Not get yelled at by people. Anyone want to just look up the solution for this, please? Just tell me the solution. I don't have patience for this shit right now. This puzzle sucks. Someone can just look it up, please. Here's the name of the dungeon. Yeah, I'm already really stressed out today. Here's the screen. Okay, I think I see what to do. Hold on. Yeah, I see what to do. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. Thank you. Well, Power Flood, it's the community was mad toxic on DFO. And honestly, I feel like it wasn't entirely the community's fault. they don't take full fault for that, trust me. It's the way that the game is designed. You can only do something like once a week. And people screw it up and don't do it right. I mean, of course people are gonna get pissed off, right? I could have done that myself, but thank you for the pointer, Fuma. I have to adapt to my low frustration threshold. Like, hey, I just need help with this. Or just stop playing altogether. Rage quit. The calm rage quit. The problem is there's no save point until now, so I kind of need to do this now. But yeah, DFO design is part of why people get so pissed off. Ah, crap, I gotta do this now. Let's see, let me look up how to do this. Let me look up the video. I hate this, man. Give me a skip button. Fuck puzzles, seriously. Never want to do them. There we go. Alright. This puzzle is just... The only thing that's wrong with this puzzle is it's multiple loading zones. Those are the kinds of puzzles that really mess with your brain. That's the only problem with this puzzle. It's simple, but if it was like one screen, you would solve it really quickly. But it's multiple screens. And keep in mind, on this remaster, it's loading way faster. On the original versions of the game, so Wii and PS3, it takes like way longer to load. I feel like if you're going to have a complicated puzzle, it should be in the same area. It should not be multiple loading zones. The problem with a puzzle like this, game design-wise, is that if you make a mistake, not only do you have to keep your train of thought that long, you also have to go through multiple load screens to even see that there's an impact to what you're doing. This game has another infamous, really difficult puzzle in the post-game that I actually solved myself the first time. The difference is that it's on one screen. I understand that it's a console limitation because this was originally a Wii game. So we're talking standard definition, 480p. I understand that, but like, you should make puzzles around those limitations. This puzzle's like 10 load screens long. It's pretty dumb. And I've done it before. It's just that's kind of why I care even less.
この部屋に
It's where you fight Emerald, I think.
ここにあるヒューマン
Not yet. It's after this. The next dungeon.
この名を持つで今しめをか
進行焼き足殲滅剣
俺は強くなってみせる。
Good fight.
手強い相手だ。
また襲われたら
強化のための
デリスコという
PSO2 was top tier. The best service game ever made, in my opinion. I had a good 1,000+ hours on that game. Probably more like 1,200, 1,300. Such an incredible game, only for them to ruin it with New Genesis. Well, they're reaping what they sow with that game's lack of success. Just bring back, make an actual PSO sequel. Repeated the same mistakes of Dynasty Warriors 9. Let's try to make an open world with a shoestring budget. It just made the game worse in every way. It made it slower, just less depth to it in every way. It really sucks. I'm surprised it's still up. I've heard that the drip feed of updates is even worse than base PSO2, and that's pretty bad, because that game was... They would drip feed content so bad in that game, sometimes it'd be really boring. He stuck around because of the combat. Hopefully they just make an actual PSO3 and just make it like PSO2 but better. That game was too good. None of the gacha games that we have can even come close to that game's combat. Main criticism I always had of PSO2 was that the gear was very boring. Towards the beginning of the game's lifespan, they definitely had more interesting gear. You know, like the potentials on the weapons and stuff was actually interesting, and then as it went on longer, they stopped doing that and it just started being 10% more damage. That's kind of when I stopped being... I stopped being as interested at that point. Well, I'm sure there's enough people buying the cosmetics that it still makes money, but I just didn't vibe with it. I gave it an honest shot. I'm like, this is just worse than the old game in every way. It's just worse in every way. I just couldn't justify really spending time on it. I think I bought premium like once. That's about as far as I went with it. I'm like, this is just depressing to play. My favorite service game of all time is Shadow of its Former Self. It's like, you know, I'm just done. I'm just not gonna try to pretend it doesn't exist, which, I mean, seems like what everybody else is doing with it anyway. You never hear anyone talk about it. Seems like everybody else is already doing a pretty good job of that already. Oh wait, did you play Global or did you play JP? 'Cause I played JP. I did play Global for a bit, but I only hopped on when they put like the luster back in because that was the only time it was worth playing. Because they did a speed run through all the game content. They never had any intention of giving the global players the actual intended experience. They just wanted to speed run through it to get to New Genesis, but then like nobody liked that game either, so damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Sai.
Alright, do I want to do another dungeon on this right now, or maybe play something else to close out the stream?
皆さんの本気に期待しますよ。
熱進行。あ、再流さん。モラス。
さあ、先を急ごう。
体がうずく。
決めろ。派手に踊れ。ダンスタンパル。
キューバートはなんでメガネをしてるの？
目が悪いからですよ。
敵なの？怖いの？
誰か ついてこい。逃がすか。さよなら。刃が将来キルトテロ。
I got right.
まだまだ。まだまだ。強え。見つか。カタック。おじゃ。
He's on poo.
さあ、先を急ごう。
見たいいじゃなくて生きてるんだよ。お姉ちゃんが勉強、そんなことより。
I don't remember the solution to this puzzle. You kind of just want to get this done. Tired of puzzles. It's because that's in the way. I really don't feel like doing a puzzle right now. Just want a dungeon with just bosses. Stuff to fight, not puzzles. It's just gonna take so goddamn long for the animation. I don't want to have to look up a solution. Anybody remember? Brain is mush. I just want to fight and get stuff. I do not want to do puzzles, like ever, in any game. I'll probably have to go another way. It would be nice if games would just have like, hey, I just don't feel like doing this shit. Let me just skip it. Don't play the game for the puzzles and don't make me do them. Ah, here we go. I didn't see that. I knew I was overcomplicating things. I don't remember being stuck on this before. Kinda couldn't really tell that that was something to stand on. Alright, never mind. We're good. It's like, yeah, I played through this whole game in full Japanese ages ago with like no guide. Just misremembering some things. There we go. Probably gonna turn off encounters soon though. サイリュウさん。ゲンマ、オレッパ。
他に敵はいないみたい。
See, this puzzle is fine because it's in one area. The last dungeon are the kinds of puzzles that, like, no one likes. It's precisely why. Everything is right here. Everything's right here. You don't have to, you know, go through multiple loading zones. Any puzzle that makes you go through multiple loading zones is, like, automatically garbage in my book. Make a concise puzzle that's on one screen. Don't make me go through multiple seconds-long load screens and random encounters to solve a puzzle. Like, just don't do that. Actively terrible. There's so many games that do that, though. I think with this game, it's designed like that because it's console limitations. This game came out, like, in the middle of the HD era, but was only on Wii. So it was designed with those limitations in mind. But I don't particularly agree. Some of the stuff that they changed, or some of the ways that they designed the game. The Wii version of this game was a disaster. How buggy it was. It was ahead of its time, being barely functional. It really was ahead of its time. The Wii version of this game was so incredibly buggy. Most of it was in your benefit, though. You could instantly cast Hyogis, like, forever. You could one-shot the post-game boss. The game was completely broken. I'll play the video after I'm done with this stream for tonight, which is probably after I do this dungeon. I'll play the video of how broken the Wii version of this game was. They rushed that game out the door and it barely functioned. Broken mess. Yeah, this is the best version. There's some minor issues with 120 FPS, but other than that, it's perfectly fine. They didn't fuck this one up like they did with what's it called? The Symphonia remaster, which is a complete train wreck. This one's worth buying here. You want to try these games? This is kind of the darling for a lot of the more casual, less sweaty fans. This is the favorite. I think that's why they chose this one first. Most people that are hardcore into these games like me, this isn't a favorite. It's not like it's hated, but it's not a favorite. But for the casual fans, this is one that it made sense to have this be the first one in the remastered project. A lot of the more casual fans and the reviewers love this game to death. Which is fine, it's not like it's a bad game. So there's some things about the battle system and stuff that people don't like. That play these games like Mega Hardcore. It's very grindy and random. It's definitely not the best battle system. And not the worst either. Kind of middle of the road. Well, the remaster's really good, yeah. Don't get the Switch version. The Switch version is 30 FPS for some unknown reason. I don't know why. Okay, you guys ready for a plot twist?
随分と広いところに出たな。
I'll let this play out. I need a little bit of a break. Oh no, the green-haired anime is a bad guy. Oh no.
いる。
ラムダか。リチャード、その姿は。
リチャード。
貴様たち、なぜここへ？
お前、リチャードなのか。
リチャード。
それとも。
今喋っているのはラムダの意識。騙されてはダメです。
Yes, exactly. He's been possessed the whole time. What a deep story.
ここまで来られたことを褒めてる。だが残念だがここまでだ。貴様たちに我を阻むことはできない。
After this is Emerald.
リチャード。
リチャード。
俺の話を聞いてくれ。
アスベル、危ない。
アシュベル。
リチャード。
リチャード。
話を。
This is actually the first Tales game that had motion captured cutscenes. I forgot about that. This game, yeah, this is the first Tales game to have motion captured cutscenes. Shingo. Basairyuzan. Hiden Potential, sorry. Onaisatsu. He's on shore. So take it. We're gonna do this on hard. This is a good fight. This is a good fight. We're gonna honor the game and do it on hard. Let's try again. That's totally my fault. I should probably change my strategy a little bit, actually. It's not that bad. I'm playing pretty skill issue right now. I'm tired. What's the best thing to get in here? Yeah. There's one thing about me when I get frustrated. I know that it's my fault most of the time. It's just not playing that great. Their equipment's not optimized. It's my fault. But I'm not tilted. I could have easily turned that around. What's he weak towards? Frame 1, Hyogi. Nice job, Lead Shadow. Lead Shadow. He's unsure. Yes, and Mitskin. Hubert, you bozo. We're doing so good here, man. You dropped the soap. Now I'm dropping the soap. Gameplay quality is deteriorating at an alarming rate. Don't screw this up. Oh, you bitch. Get him out of there. Stopped knowing how to play video games. Just forgot. Memory wipe. Get that combo, son. See, it's not so bad. Gameplay quality deteriorated. There's another boss after this, though. It's Emerald. She betrays you. Just had to use the right weakness. Shiden Metensho.
あれがラムダの正体。
人の形になろうとしているのか。
ラムダ、これが私の使命。
何をするんだソフィー。
みんなさよなら。
No, she's leaving the party forever. She's never going to be playable again.
Sophie!
Sophie! There you go. Jedi Lightning. Spoilers. Emerald's a bad guy. Bad girl.
エメロード？
そこまでです、プロトスヘイス。
何を。
ラムダごと追消滅しようとしていたのを阻止したのですよ。
追消滅？
ラムダも消えるけどソフィーも消えちゃうってこと？ソフィー、あなた
Rebel scum.
ソフィー、
You rebel scum.
なぜ邪魔をするの？
Rebel
私
scum.
の命と引き換えにラムダを完全に消滅させる。その機能をつけたのはエメロードなのに。
その話は本当なんですか？
その通りです。プロトスヘイスはラムダと追消滅させるために作られたのです。
そんな。
しかしもうその必要はなくなりました。なぜなら今やラムダは消滅させるには惜しい存在に進化したからです。来なさい、ラムダ。
エメロード、自分がラムダを取り込んじゃったの？
無限の力がみなぎってきます。
無限の力。
ラムダの新たな命を生み出す力は私の知恵によって生かされ、フォドラに希望をもたらすのです。私の意志のもとに生み出される新たなフォドラの命たちはどの生命体より優れているはず。あなた方はこの大いなる目標の一過程に携われたことを感謝すべきです。その尊い犠牲が我がフォドラの歴史に刻まれるのですから。
もしかしてエメロードの狙いはラムダの生命
That's
力
why I said
とこの
last
世界の
stream
ダルキネスクリアスのエレス。
teaming up with the
さすが
next
アンマル
boss.
チアの末裔。いい洞察力ですね。このエレスはフォドラの人間である私にこそ活用する権利がある。エフィネアは本来フォドラに従属すべき植民衛星。フォドラ復活のためにエフィネアが全てを差し出す美しい物語ではありませんか。そしてその物語の主役はこの私です。同時に私は主役でありながら物語を紡ぐ神になるのです。ラムダもエフィネアもフォドラも全てが私の意のままに描かれる。あなた方はいわば名もなき配役。
そんなことをさせるわけにはいきません。
それとも哀れな道化としてここで死にますか？
必ず生き残る。
逃がしませんよ。逃がしませんよ。早くはチーフセルがいい。
このままでは最善の光を集え。
邪魔です。逃がしませんよ。邪魔です。
見切れはしまい。
逃がしませんよ。
らめく刃は勝利の
百夜殲滅剣。
逃がしませんよ。解放します。熱風ヒットクリティカルブレード。
邪魔です。逃がしませんよ。邪魔です。逃がしませんよ。
球体はさらさないわ。
邪魔です。逃がしませんよ。
再生
邪魔です。
いや、ガタスター
逃がしませんよ。早くはチッゼルがいい。逃がしませんよ。邪魔です。逃がしませんよ。逃がしませんよ。逃がしませんよ。
このままでは一戦砕け試練一戦
逃がしませんよ。逃がしませんよ。
これはまずいな。
逃がしませんよ。逃がしませんよ。
This boss fight sucks. Anti-melee aura. High stagger resistance. I'm not having fun right now. This attempt wipes, just gonna put it on normal.
邪魔です。
No fun at all. Anti-fun. Doesn't stay in a combo like ever. Keeps getting out. Shiden Tensho's not even able to get through the whole animation without a tech out. Sucks. Come on, you bozos, please just stay alive. Get this over quick. Last boss was fine. This boss is not fun. It's a zoner. Hubert keeps dying. Stagger, please. Stagger like ever. No stagger. Come on, you need to stay in hit stun for more than like 3 frames. I get chrono triggered, man. Stay in a combo, please. Hit stun. What is hit stun? Ah. It's like fighting the most annoying fighting game zoners. But she doesn't stagger. Like ever. Walks out of everything. Ah. Just end my suffering, please. Now you get another one of these. Even more hyper armor. Hit stun, please! Hit stun. React to an attack sometime this century, please. Come on. I forgot how much this boss fight sucks. Look at this, man. Just not staggering to anything. When was the last time this boss did a pain animation? Real dick move to put this after the other boss, who was completely fair, fine. A legit fun challenge. Nope, not anymore. Not anywhere near dying. I'm just gonna put this on normal. I've already beaten this game before. I already have the same boss fight on the channel already. I'm just gonna put it on normal. Trying to not be frustrated tonight. Stagger resistance is really getting on my nerves. Straight into Arliss break, huh? Especially since I'm like not an expert. I never was an expert at this game. I never was at any point. I mean, I know how to play it, obviously, but I never really got big into it. Mainly because of language barrier. Playing JRPGs in full Japanese with very limited knowledge and reading ability is difficult enough as it is. Stagger, please. Hit stun allergy. Hit stun allergy. Sums up this fight right there. That's all that needs to be said. Yeah, get it, Hubert. Get in there. Yeah, I didn't feel like doing that on hard. It's just an unfun fight in general. There we go. Problem solved. Sometimes it's nice not being mega sweaty with every game.
Emerald-san.
エメラルドさん。
攻撃が効いていない。まさか。
Form 2.
これ
Even
も
less hits
ラ
done.
ムダの力を取り入れた
Even less hits done. He's permanent hyper armor.
さあ行こう。僕たちの安住の地。
リチャード、よせ。リチャード、お前。
ダスタリアへ続く穴が開いた。
リチャード。
いいじゃの。
ラム
ソフィー、待て。どこへ行く気だ。
ダー、止めないで。ラムダを消さないと。ラムダー。
落ち着け、ソフィー。
このままでは全てが崩れるかもしれんぞ。ここにいるのは危険だ。
どうするの。
ここにいては巻き込まれる。脱出するしかありません。
見て、シャトルが。
急いで乗り込むんだ。
諦めろ、ソフィー。
Yeah, now you have the world map. Alright. Yeah, this is pretty much the end of the game. This game doesn't have a, one thing that's to the benefit, the hardware limitations of this game, is the fact that there's no world map. The world map is just a menu. Symphonia Dawn of the New World is the same as well. That was also Wii was the lead platform for it. So there's no world map. No walking around really slow and getting in random encounters and not remembering where things are. It's just a menu. Here's your world map right here. Are you not satisfied? Sorry. They made this for a standard definition console, folks. Some sacrifices had to be made. But I definitely think it's to this game's benefit that you don't have to deal with that. Alright, well I'll finish this game next stream. Debating if I want to do one more game or call it a night. That was pretty productive. Sorry, Diablo 4 won the poll. It was second place, but my internet was really spotty, so I kind of didn't want to play that tonight. We'll do that next stream tomorrow. That's good progress for tonight. Let me. I don't quite remember exactly how much is left. It's been a good 15 years since I last played this game. I gotta refresh my memory. The last dungeon's not too bad in this game. Compared to other Tales games, the last dungeon is pretty tolerable. Some of these Tales games, man, these last dungeons are like, do you want me to finish this game? Or do you want me to flush it and trade it into GameStop? Destiny Remake Diecroft, the last dungeon, is dreadful. Yeah, next is a bunch of side quests, so I think that's a good stopping point for tonight's. I'll probably do some of that off stream. But yeah, I think stopping there was a good call. Yeah, there's only one main dungeon left, and then it's the future arc. I probably want to learn how the dualizing and stuff works, because I didn't really utilize those mechanics at all on the first couple playthroughs I did on the Wii version. So that's gonna do it for that tonight. I'm deciding if I want to do another game or not. I am getting kind of hungry. I had a relatively light lunch, and I haven't really eaten any other meal today. Let's see, what else could I do? Hold on a minute. We'll try one more thing tonight, and then I think I'm gonna call it. That was a pretty girthy stream. How long have I been on for? Oh well, the stream cut off. It's been like 4 hours. That's pretty good length. Let's try something here. Give me a sec. Alright, we're gonna try to get a playable frame rate in this. And by that I mean I'm going to make like one attempt. I'm gonna make like one attempt to try to get this to run well, and if it doesn't, then I will do the rest off stream where you guys don't have to hear me losing hair. Minimal hair loss today, alright? Minimal malding tonight. Let's see if I can get this to work. Minimal hair loss today. Minimal hair loss. I got 120 so far. Nope. Oh man, this frame drops. Nah, man. Alt F4. I told you. Minimal tilt tonight. Minimal hair loss tonight. Minimal hair loss. I lost 1 follicle tonight, alright? I am not mauling over that tonight. If I do, it'll be when I'm not being broadcasted to the internet. Apparently. There's probably something I can do to maybe fix that, but seems like... seems like people are having issues with that. But yeah, it's, not running the way that it should. Well, I've got a pretty good computer, too. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I mean, I look at it this way. When I have to do tech support like that for PC ports, even if I'm completely calm and my anxiety is not making me upset, it's still boring to watch, right? Just watching a lot of load screens and a couple seconds of gameplay and then going back to the title screen. I would rather do that offline when people aren't watching. Well, yeah, I'm seeing other people report bad performance. I'm just taking a quick look here if there's anything I can do on my end. It's probably lossless scaling is most likely the way to fix it. DLSS is just going to make it look worse. Yeah, I've got that in the Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I wasn't really going to touch either until I'm done with Graces, because Graces I'm almost done with it. Probably like 1 or 2 more streams, depending on how much I do offline, then that's going to be the end of that game. At least just rolling the credits is not going to. It's not going to take more than 1 stream to load the credits, to roll the credits. That sucks. FF7 Rebirth, I don't really care that it runs like garbage because you guys did not fund a single cent of that. That's why I did not want to take donations for that game. I don't want to take donations for stuff I have a high chance of flushing or has a bad port. I paid for that myself, so it works or it doesn't. Yeah, everybody's upset with the PC port of Rebirth, apparently. And people get mad if you point out the flaws. Like, it's a $50 game, man. It should run, especially if you have the recommended specs. Yeah, I'm looking at how to fix that game. That's kind of why I decided to just play... what games did I play this stream? I did Diablo. I did PGR, and I did Graces. Relatively low tech support. No, it's not the Cherry Blossoms. It's Unreal Engine 5. It's a garbage engine, but it's being used for everything. I mean, I'll say one thing about Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is that it doesn't stutter. It does compile shaders at launch, but it just has inconsistent performance. It doesn't seem like I can get 120 FPS with my hardware. I might have to use lossless scaling to get around that, but I'm definitely not going to be fighting with that tonight. I think that's just going to do it for tonight, folks. If I do come back, it'll probably be Blaze Blue Entropy Effect, and, well, probably not Graces, because that's more of a longer game, or maybe some Diablo later. If my internet is stable enough that I can play Diablo, that sounds like something good to end the night on. Yeah, I've got a lot of tech support ahead of me right now, and I would rather not do that online. You can tell I didn't get upset. I did not let it get me upset. I Alt F4'd out of the game. That's a good thing to do, but even though I'm not really tilted by it, I don't really consider it to be interesting to watch, so I'd rather get everything all squared away with those games offline, where I don't have to worry about entertaining people through numerous load screens and staring at menus. That's my burden to bear. That's not the viewer's burden to bear, especially because you guys did not fund those games. So if they get flushed, they get flushed. That's just how it's going to go. That's why some people might, I don't like to do donations, crowdfunding for stuff like that, like FF7 Rebirth. It was already kind of a crapshoot if I was going to like the game to begin with, but considering it's stuttering and dropping frames constantly, I did not feel comfortable asking people for $40 for that. That's why I paid for it myself. And whether it works or not is kind of whatever. FF16 worked way better for me in retrospect. Also, the graphics options are way better in that game too. I definitely will be playing that game again when the Logos Unleashed mod is going to get a major update soon. I'll definitely play that again. But right now, I need to finish Graces and then make a little bit more progress on my file for Origins. And then we'll consider starting another game. But I've got a bunch of games started right now. I'm very close to finishing most of them. Like Origins, I'm like more than halfway through the Shu campaign. All that's left is Way. And then Graces is like 1 or 2 more streams. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, if I can get it working well, we'll play that next. Especially with mods. I'd definitely like to get a file for that game for the mods, but it's just dropping frames like nuts. I need to figure out how to fix that. So let me take a break. I think I might just take a break, eat something, take my meds, and then we'll probably play some Entropy Effect and maybe like PGR roguelike mode or something, or Diablo to end the night. I'll see you guys later. If not tonight, then probably in the afternoon if I finish all the tech support hair loss. We'll fire up another stream, and if I don't make any progress and I end up bald from tech support, then we'll just play the games that work.